Hi, this is Ibitee. Okay, my name is Ibitayo, but quite a number of people call me Ibitee. So I just want to say thank you for watching. I'm very passionate about talking to single people about making the right choices before marriage. The reason is because you're in the right place to make a decision. Yeah, you're in the very right, you're in fact you're most fortunate, to be at this place where you can make decisions on who you marry. And the fact that you're seeking knowledge makes me very proud of you, because a lot of people feel many people are more involved in the activities that surround the wedding ceremony, the dress, the families, the party dance, how to dance into the reception, and all of those things that come with the wedding ceremony, but you see, only the mature ones, only the people who have, you know only those who are mature, only those who pay attention, take time to really learn, understand, gain the wisdom required, to get married. It's not like you're going to know everything before getting married, but at least you would have learned some things. For me, there's a particular verse in the Bible which I love so much. It says, "Through wisdom a house is built; through understanding it is established." Do you see? So wisdom is so crucial, when building a house. For me, a marriage is like a house which you want to build. And to build that house, you need a lot of wisdom. You need wisdom. And how do you gain wisdom? It's through knowledge. Okay? Apart from the fact that God imparts wisdom into people, based on, stories in the Bible that we've read. Even at that, okay, the Word of God still makes us understand that knowledge, the knowledge of God, the knowledge of His Word gives us a lot of wisdom. So wisdom is important. And that's why it's so important for you to get knowledge that will make you wise. So as you gain information, and when I say information, I mean the right information. Because now there's so much out there, so many people are talking about relationships. Sometimes you don't even know, who is who anymore. It's important that you check out the results of the people who are sharing the wisdom with you. Do you understand? Check out, be deliberate about who is talking to you. Because not everyone who is saying the right things. So you have to be very deliberate, to know who you're listening to, especially on social media. All right, so I've been asked to talk on how to identify true love in a world full of fakes. Okay, so I'll start by saying, what is true love? Okay, when you say true love, it's a compound word. So you're talking about love that is true. Yeah, love that is true. So, but first of all, what is even love? Many people misconstrue, they feel that love is when a guy chases you and chases you and chases you, and he tells you that he likes you, and he buys stuff for you, he does this, he visits your family, it's so caring. For them, that's the definition of love. For some people, it's the feelings that they have. Oh, there's so much chemistry between us and all that. But because I don't have so much time, I won't dwell so much, on that. I'll just say that love, when it comes to marriage, believe me, love is many times about action. I'm not saying that, your emotions are not important. They are very important because you need chemistry in marriage. But you cannot just choose who you want to marry based on what you feel, based on feelings. Oh, I like that girl so much, and that's it. No, you can't choose who you want to marry based on what you feel only. Okay, so there are so many there are criteria, to consider before you accept that someone really loves you. Okay, so I would even say sometimes put your feelings on one side, and be practical. Okay, so when you talk about practicality now, so for us as Christians, okay, love is about God. So for us, love is, does this person love God? Does this person know God? Okay, does this person, so, and then a lot of people now have come to talk about humanity. Okay, so does this person care for people? Okay, does this person care for people? Does this person have some form of compassion in his heart or her heart? Because if someone loves you alone, you're at risk. Yeah, someone should not just love only you. They should have tendencies, they should have the capacity to love other people. If you're the only one that they love in this life, there's a problem. I'm telling you. Because someday that same love which they have for only you will vanish. So when people love, they have to be consistent at their loving. When I say consistent, it has to, you may say yours is special, that's fine, but they have to be consistent with how they treat other people, not just you. All right, so love in general, for me, cuts across humanity, okay? Cuts across humanity, cuts across how we treat our neighbors, how we treat people around us, how we treat our family. But I'll also say that people who have not experienced love find it hard to love, because you can only give what you have received, what you have experienced. Do you see? So it can be very difficult for someone to love other people when they have not experienced love in its true dimension. And for me, I think the first kind of love that we all should experience is the God kind of love. Okay, it's the love that is without borders, the love that is unconditional. Do you see? Yeah. So if someone can accept that love into their heart, okay, it becomes, and they accept it over time, they begin to find a release to love other people. If someone comes from a home where there's love, okay, a home where, people care genuinely for one another, then it becomes easier for the person to be able to love other people, okay? So when you talk about true love, this is what you're talking about. So people have been deceived into marriage. Okay, so I guess people are asking, how can I ensure I'm not deceived? Okay, how can I ensure I'm not deceived? Have you seen someone dating a married man and she didn't know that the person was married? These things happen a lot. So it's important, okay, for us to be able to discern who is who really loves me and who does not. But I think that for me, time always tells a lot of things. For people who got married and, maybe they started having issues, when they trace it back, quite a number of them usually have one or two things to say. Some would say, I guess I didn't give it enough time. Some would say, and I saw some signs, here and there, but I didn't really pay attention. Okay, so if you really want to discover true love, you have to give it time. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Give it time. Don't rush into a relationship with someone and in a few months you're getting married. Give it time. Study each other. Get to know each other. Meanwhile, there are people who have known each other for a long time and yet things don't work out as well. But I'm just saying, at least do the basics. Okay, you do the basics. So true love, okay, is when you understand that you also have love to give. Okay, so it's always more blessed to give than to receive. So people have expectations in marriage, and one of the expectations is that I want somebody who can care for me. I want somebody who can do this for me. I want somebody who... So you see people going into relationships, with very selfish motives. So my question to you is, what is your motive? Are you looking for someone who would do all of that for you? What are you willing to do yourself? Because you will always find your kind many times. Okay, so you need to understand what is relationship is about. Relationship is about, it's not just about you, it's also about the other person. So many times if we think about other people, okay, and they also think about us, it becomes a balanced relationship. Okay, so it's not a so you find people in relationships that maybe the guy is too maybe the girl wants the guy to always say sweet things to her and say this and say that, and he probably is not so used to that kind of thing. It can become a problem, and it's defined as, oh, I don't think he really loves me. Meanwhile, the guy loves her and cares for her, but they're having issues, and that issue they're having is all about their love language, for example. But I won't delve into that, okay? Let's come back to finding true love. So, the first point I'm picking on right now is you need to know your motive. What is your motive for finding true love? Is it so that you can get and get and get? Because if that's your motive, you will always find your kind, and it will never be a balanced relationship. Okay? So remember that. And then, in the bid to find true love, some people become desperate. So some people become desperate. Any decision you make out of desperation, most times, will not end well. Never make decisions when you're desperate. Always remember that. Never make decisions when you are desperate. Okay? So, relationships that work out many times are relationships where the two people come in as two whole people. Not someone who is just looking for who will love me. I'm looking for who will love me now. Nobody on earth can love you. I mean, like, the person becomes your source of love and source of joy for life. It's not possible. They are human. Only God loves people unconditionally. Even when you do wrong, God still loves you. When he corrects you, he still loves you. So only God is in the position to do that. No man on this earth has the capacity to love you, just love you and give you all the love, give you all the joy, all the happiness. I mean, a human being cannot be your source of love and source of joy for life. Okay? Because men will always fall short. People will always fall short. They are human. Okay, so it's part of the human nature, okay, to sometimes fall short. So understand that when you're going into a relationship, you're going in as a whole person. You're going in as somebody who has experienced love. So I'll say, if you have not experienced love, if you don't know how to love people, if you're suspicious when someone is trying to love you, then you need to talk to someone, okay, or get a book. You need to do something to your mind so that you know yourself that now I have love to give, so that your partner does not suffer. That's one. Then, finding true love, okay, so when you're taking care of yourself, so I'm more interested in you than your finding. Do you see? So if you're good, believe me, you're likely to find, okay, by the time you put into place some of the things I'm about to share. All right, so make sure you know what love is. Make sure you have experienced love. Make sure you have love to give. Relationships suffer when it's only one person who is giving. The other person will be tired. That person who is always giving will be tired someday. The person will be tired. Okay? And then when you talk about love, people don't even understand. Okay, so Gary Chapman wrote a book and he talked about love languages. Love languages is so crucial that many people don't pay attention to it. Okay? Love languages talks to say there are 5 different categories of love languages. Okay? Words of affirmation, physical touch, quality time, acts of service, and the last one, gifts. So someone can be saying sweet things and calling you on the phone and saying sweet things and you're not even feeling like the person loves you enough. Maybe you want the person to spend time with you. So people need to understand what their definition of love is, how they are wired to receive love. Okay, so people are wired to receive love in different ways. Okay, so someone else, their own way of feeling loved is when you see them, you give them a warm hug. In these days of COVID-19, you cannot give people warm hugs anyhow. They feel loved when you hug them, when you hold their hands, when you touch their hair, they just feel, oh, this guy really loves me. Do you see? For some people, it's the things you do for them. Okay, for some people, it's the gifts you buy for them. Okay, so these things are in different categories. So someone may be showing you love that you're not decoding it as love. You're not interpreting it in your mind as love based on these 5 categories which Gary Chapman shared with us. Okay, that's another angle to finding true love. Okay, so we're in a world of, in fact, I don't want to say the world has gone gaga, but we see a lot of crazy things every day. The crazy stories, and you're asking, is this real? Many of those stories are real. Okay, so we have to be very careful, and we really have to trust God. That's it. You just have to trust God. But I'll share some few basic things, okay, to help us put things in perspective. Number 1, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So you hear people say things like, I'm not even sure I'm not even sure I'm going to get married. I'm not even sure I'm going to do this. Are there still good men out there? Are there still good girls out there? Most of these ladies are like this. Most of these guys are like that. Be careful of the things that you say. Be careful of the things that you join people to say. Yeah, because you can be ensnared by the words of your mouth. Yeah, many people have been ensnared. Few of my friends have shared with me how when they were younger, they said this, they said that, and now they try to correct those things, still with their words and through prayers. Do you see? So it's important that we do not ensnare ourselves with the words of our mouth. When people are saying that you have to stick to what you want, so what do you want? What do you desire? Because as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Do you believe